We are on session 12 or 13 now. I forget. It's all like faded into one long village life simulator. But I finally bullied you all into leaving, so we are on the road. We're gonna pick up you guys having just spoken with Arena and Ismark, and you're in the house still, about to set off to go to Vakili.
All right, we've collected everything. We're good to go, correct?
Balaki, sorry. Yeah.
Give it another 13 sessions, you'll eventually get it.
Maybe one day.
Sally forth.
At least we're not in Bavaria anymore.
Barovia, yeah. Vakili is in Barovia. Bavaria, I don't know.
I think you got it right the first time.
Yeah. So I will drag you all onto the map. Your map.
Yeah.
Is there any way to remove the name tags?
I can move them.
Oh no, I think they're distinct to our screen, but I just wondered if there was a setting to remove them.
Not that I've found. So that doesn't mean there isn't. It just means.
I mean, I got rid of the images, like the avatars and stuff like that. But
yeah, I think I can default them to a top if that's better.
Oh, that's just on your screen. That has nothing to do with my screen. Yeah.
All right. Okay. No. Then.
That the maps usually go more toward the top.
Yeah. Enable chat avatars. Does that do it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Have they all disappeared? Has anything happened then?
Well, no, in game settings, you can go down where it says chat avatars, and you can switch it to name only. So it gets rid of the picture, right?
Yeah, that's what I've got it at now.
Yeah, so it just has everybody's name, but I just wondered if there was a way to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I don't think there is.
No, not that I can see. Okay, so
do you want to do like a fancy intro or anything like that?
I introed it. That was me recapping. We're good.
Cool.
I mean, we don't have sponsors or anything like. Oh yeah, I suppose we should clarify, seeing as we didn't talk about that. We are down to a party of 4 adventurers. Our intrepid half-orc never, in fact, existed.
He's a quitter.
So, no, just life, and it's fine. I would rather people be upfront and just enjoy playing. So, we are going to roll on, and I think unless anyone, you've got this part of the session to voice any concerns if you'd rather keep him around as an NPC until I kill him off, but then he'll be dead.
So that's if we're going to have that conversation. I don't think that it would be a bad idea to have an NPC.
You could just leave him in town too.
Yeah,
we don't have to take him with us, right?
Yeah.
Then if you come up with an idea for him later as an NPC, you can reintroduce him.
Yeah, he could chill at the house.
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, it's effectively the same as him not existing.
Understood.
So you guys are relatively early, I believe.
I'm going to multi-class as a half-orc warrior now, though.
So it's still before lunchtime, I believe. You've not wasted too much of a day. So you're setting off on the road to the east. You guys should all be on the map now. So do you want to appoint Vesserin to be your wayfinder? Obviously, you know the way to a friary easily enough.
Well, I'm looking at the map. I don't see us on the map.
Because you've not told me you've left for town yet.
Oh, okay. Because you're sitting there talking about, do you want to put me on point? I'm like, well, we can. I just don't see me to put me on point.
Mm.
There we go. Yay!
I'll make that a little bit
Hmm.
smaller, just for
Just for
appearance's sake.
scale,
Yep.
works for me. All right. Well, at least we're
So, if you want
on
to
the road.
go to the measuring tool, Ed, and then you should be able to like figure out how far you're going. So your end goal is to end up over here. It's only like
Didn't we determine that the best course of action was to just follow the road?
Yeah.
Like we could cut through like the mountains and the woods and stuff, and it just seemed like a silly idea to go that way. So we
it's
were just going
been
to
a
follow the
couple of
road.
weeks. So I thought I'd give you a chance to reconsider.
No, because I think it gives us that opportunity to swing by the lake, because that's where the Vistani were supposed to be camping out.
Yeah, they may or may not be there.
May or may
Yeah,
not. I accept that.
We've been hanging around a bit too long.
I'm gathering that. And then we
Wow.
could see our windmill.
Maybe.
That's
Maybe.
farther up the road, yeah.
But we could see a windmill, and we get a really good look at the castle. So yes, on the road again.
Okay. So let's have a look. I suppose I should do all of this in Roll20, shouldn't I? I'm so bad at it. I always want to use a book. I'm just bad. So it's pretty early. You've travelled the road down towards the bridge over the Ivis River and past the ruins of the friary. It's pretty, I won't say sunny, it's still quite overcast and cloudy, but yeah, you get there and no real problems so
And
far.
move the token.
Oh, he wants me to move the token? Sure.
Yeah.
It's you.
So, did you guys want me to try to bypass the locking mechanism?
Ooh, you did learn knock. We're kind of there.
Up to you guys.
I don't think it's a bad idea to at least stop and see. I mean, we're on the way, right? I mean, it's just kind of off the road a hair. Sure. I can agree
Okay.
with that.
Okay, let's go to the friary then.
Now,
So
the big question, did Chris anticipate this?
That was Chris's suggestion.
Oh,
it was I was chatting to Greg off about the fact I was like, when he said he was wording knock, I was like, oh fuck, do I change stuff or not? I'm like, well, I'm not gonna if it have learned like, I don't know, a damage spell, I wouldn't have changed a monster to be resistant to that type of damage, would I? So why would I change a story element? So yeah, you guys, do you want to go? I'm assuming you're just going to pour through the ruins and get back to the puzzle piece.
Sure.
Okay, so I will
we are
put.
expecting nothing filled the void of the death and destruction that was here before.
So as you go into the garden area, the remains of what you thought was a tree is relatively like decayed now. It doesn't have that old wood kind of texture. It seems to have like collapsing on itself. It was definitely more of a living entity kind of thing.
Rotting flesh kind of thing.
The
Coolest ever.
Do you want to roll a perception check, somebody?
Sure can.
We're letting Ed roll this.
He said anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you do notice that the ravens are back sat along in this kind of area on the covering, because the all the paved part's actually covered with a little roof here. So it was only the center of the garden that's open to the sunlight.
Mhm.
There are a couple of ravens cawing.
They're picking the flesh off the dead tree, aren't they?
They're just sat watching you.
All right.
Okay, so you guys should be able to see all of the pieces you have. Oh, what's the plan?
Well, we could put the
So did
we could put the existing pieces that we have in the puzzle and then cast a spell, or we could just try to cast a spell without any of the pieces.
You
Did we
need to.
never find that last piece?
No, we're supposed to go look to all these holy places. That's the reason why we're going to this other town to see if they have a piece there.
And if we just bypass it, we can get straight back onto Village Simulator.
Woo!
Cast your spell.
Okay, so tell me what you do. Right, where are you casting the spell?
I'm
Sorry,
reading.
Adara. Yeah,
I'm reading spell just
Cool.
to see.
He wants to make sure he words this correctly.
Correct.
Okay, so there was a door that we couldn't get through beyond, right? Or was there some other chamber that we hadn't accessed in the fire room?
Let me drag you back here. Sorry. Awkward jumping between two screens, that's all. Can you guys see everything okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, as in there's no walls or fog of war or anything. I think I turned it off.
No.
Okay, good.
Right.
So
So
not
there are any of those rooms that we did not explore? Like
you've
that little 5-foot section in the other room.
can you ping what you're talking about? That you don't know what that is. This room here is a kitchen. This room here was the guy's I can't think. The high priest's room.
So is that a fireplace or something?
Quarters.
No,
No,
the little empty.
if you look at it from this side, it's a has like a fireplace and stuff in it. Do you want to take an intelligence check or a investigation check?
Sure. Yeah, there we go. Rolled a 2.
Yep. It is a fireplace in the kitchen where you would
And when we
like
look at it from the other side, from the dude's chamber,
it's a flat wall. Want to investigate again?
sure. It can't get worse.
Take a closer look. There you go.
You get the feeling that this isn't so much a normal piece of wall.
Okay. Well, does that investigation include like checking around for some sort of mechanism?
You can't see any mechanism. You just get the sense that there's something off with.
Why don't you guys stand here, and I will go back out to the puzzle, and I will cast knock on the portion of the puzzle where the piece is missing.
Okay.
So should we be in the chamber or I think I'm going to be in here.
No, that's what I said. Stand here so that if the door opens, you guys can get into the door.
I can't see you ping for some reason.
There it is. Yeah.
Okay, there it is. Now I'm catching up.
Yeah. Just roll 20 problems, probably. So
Probably.
you're targeting the one that isn't complete with
Yeah.
the spell.
Yeah.
Okay. And does it still let's read the spell. So as you cast the spell, you hear a large knocking sound, familiar to what woke some of you up when Adara was learning the spell in the house and practicing and stuff like that. So you're familiar this was expected. And then Ed, Vasarin, you see the actual floor start to lower back and inwards. It looks like it's on some form of leverage system. And it opens up, and then there is a. Where are we? Where did I put my item? There
Back to
is
the
a
player.
shield mounted on the wall
Ooh.
inside.
You have 10 minutes to do what you want to do in this room.
I assume that that's all it is. It's just this room, correct?
Yep.
Oh, boo. Toy. Of St. Ezra, no less. Come on. Well, he is our only tank now, so I suppose that's going to work. Of course, I'm going to take that off the wall for my dear and close friend,
Yeah. Okay.
who I just met like 3 days ago.
Yeah. Did I? Oh.
I'm going to continue to.
I'm going to assume that you're going to now cast Identify on it, so it doesn't matter that I've shown you a wrong one.
I may or may not be reading this already.
Yeah.
I assumed he wanted us to read it.
Oh, I had one where it was just a picture, but it's fine. I just clicked the wrong one. I wasn't sure. I didn't expect you to do it now. I thought you would have cast Knock earlier, so I didn't consider you doing it now. So that's my bad DMing. I
That's
was
okay.
underprepared. So Sean, you Theseus has a shield of faith
And a mace.
Yeah.
Can't help but notice my wrists are awfully bare.
Okay.
Yeah. So are you going to identify it for him, Greg?
Sure. Yeah.
While Greg is identifying that, can I search the room to see if there's anything else? I assume that was what was hidden in there, but I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything.
Ed needs a handkerchief of tear crying.
Yeah. So Sean, it is a normal shield, but it also gives you an extra +1 to your AC. So that should put you up to AC 19 now.
Good.
All right. So sorry, Chris. Repeat that because my
Yeah.
brother had called.
Oh, it's not no worries. So you now have the Shield of the Faith of Saint Ezra. So whilst you're using that shield, your armor class is +3 instead of +2 that it would normally be for a shield. Which I'm trying to yeah, you do. Yeah. And then in addition to being a +1 shield, you have 2 charges on the shield. While holding the shield, you may expend one of the charges as a bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon. Then there is a text for Spiritual Weapon in there. Both charges are recovered after a long rest. Additionally, a charge can be replaced with a charge of a higher level. The shield's charge is cast Spiritual Weapon at 2nd level by default. To replace or recover a charge of a higher level, you've got to expend a spell slot of 2nd level or higher, and then mark down a charge of the same level to be used by a shield to cast it. So what that means is when it's full or empty or whatever, if you spend a 5th level spell slot into a shield, you'll have a 5th level shield of Spiritual Weapon to use at some point.
That's pretty awesome.
I'd say.
Definitely take that.
Yeah. Oh. But unfortunately, you don't get to choose the form of which the weapon takes. It is a silvered longsword whose pommel is formed into a sprig of belladonna, with the flowers and leaves forming the crossguard.
Sorry, say that again. Sorry, say that again.
It's okay. That was just fluff, Sean. It's fine.
Okay.
So I will if you want to just, yeah, you've done your armor class. Everything else, I'll make sure is correct in your character sheet from for later. But
Yeah, I'm printing out the shield, so I have it.
okay. And who is still in this area?
In which area? Sorry.
In the garden area outside where the locking mechanism was.
Just me, I think.
Okay.
Arena.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, and
I'm
Arena.
not in there.
Yeah, probably Arena's probably with me.
Okay. Do you want to take a perception check?
Sure.
Okay. You're pretty sure that it went pretty well, and you probably scared those birds off when you cast that spell and there was that loud knocking noise, but you notice that they're not cawing anymore.
Okay. I don't have survival, so I have no idea what that means.
I do. Maybe you could tell me that it happened.
Get the hell out now.
Well, I mean, you guys are in the other room. When you guys come back, I'll tell you.
Sure.
Oh.
I assume that my search was fruitless with nothing else in there other than the shield.
So when you come back, you notice that all of the ravens have gone.
Hey, all the ravens are gone.
Ravens
What does that mean?
Crows and...
They're spies for Strahd. They're
Probably.
They're Crabane from Dunlin.
Probably.
Oh.
Hey,
You notice all of the birds have gone.
the birds are gone. Something probably spooked them.
There was a loud
That's all
knocking noise.
There was a loud knocking noise. I'm sure that's what it was.
But they didn't fly away when the knocking noise happened. They were all just sitting there.
You didn't perceive them all flying away when there was a knocking noise.
Oh, okay.
Because you rolled a 9.
You perceived nothing.
There you go.
Shall we continue on our journey?
Sure.
So?
Hey. Sorry, the map always puts into a weird position every time.
Yeah,
we
it
switch
always goes
screens.
top left. Theoretically, I can do that.
There's a default to the zoom, because that's what it is, right? Have to re-zoom it?
Mm.
Or if there's, let me check options. Probably not.
Sometimes.
Maybe on your side, Chris, you can set
Edward,
a default.
Proceed to
Yes,
move.
Yeah.
Well, I was just
so
getting a drain tool.
Are you guys going to stop for something to eat? Have some lunch, or just push on?
Well, we've been gone for, we've been out of town for all of, what?
It's probably been like... by the time you got everything prepped and everything, you left at 10-ish. Probably 11:30-ish now. Early lunch or push on?
Oh, we might as well just keep going.
Yeah, let's push on a little.
Okay.
Across the bridge.
Oh, across the bridge, you say?
Dun dun dun.
Wow.
Woo! Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how far is far enough before Chris is like, "All right, stop."
Let's stop there then. We're okay. So, the river, as you cross it, flows clearly. It's blue, wintry sky reflecting the valley, and yeah, it's about 50 feet wide. You come across, and then as you get to this side of a bridge, there is an old wooden gallows that creaks in a chill wind that blows from high on ground from the west. There is a frayed length of rope that dances from a beam. A well-worn road splits here, and a signpost points off in directions. Sorry, I'm skipping ahead. You're over here. Sorry.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
I wasn't paying attention. the signpost points back where you came is Barovia village. There's Sar's pool to the northwest and Ravenloft Valaki to the southwest.
You guys taking selfies in the gallows?
Well, I thought we were going to head towards the pool, so
Yeah,
Am I-
because Vistani were camping near there.
So the gallows are
Ah,
just on
true.
the opposite side. Not a massive walk away.
Ice cream.
So the northwest fork slants down and disappears into the trees. Dun, 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 ominous. While the southwest fork clings to an upward slope across from the gallows, a low wall crumbling in places partially encloses a small blot of graves shrouded in fog.
well, sounds like the scary into the woods place is the place to go. So
Okay.
there's nothing scary down there at all.
So you're heading to the north.
Correct. We're gonna head in this direction.
Okay, so as you start taking the northwest path, you can all roll perception checks for me.
Oh, goody.
Thank God Sean saved us.
Oh dear. Oh no, 2 ones. Oh. So as you are crossing, you all hear the creaking of the gallows and the sound of the rope being pulled taut. As you turn around, Halzar sees a corpse swaying in the wind on the gallows, as does Adara.
It wasn't
As
there like 30 seconds ago, right?
no, as it turns in the breeze, you notice it stirring upon you with
It looks like me, right?
no. It looks like
I'll never
Halzar.
get that kite to fly that way. Whoa!
Ew.
What?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
It's
As you
That's
stir
disturbing.
into, your cold, dead eyes stir back.
him a slap.
Ugh.
It's brain fuckery.
I'm glad we're not there.
It's
Yeah.
brain fuckery.
And then slowly it starts to dissolve into a mist. And it's back to just
Nobody there.
gallows swinging in the wind. And you
I
hear
am really glad we didn't go that direction.
a call. So
Did everybody see it or just him?
Adara saw it as well.
Yeah. I asked Arena if she saw anything unusual in the gallows.
No.
I'd be nonchalant. Okay. Yeah. So it was brain fuckery.
Yeah, and then a lone raven lands atop of a gallows and caws once at you, and then starts flying to the north.
I firebolt it.
Roll,
Wait,
roll
seriously?
to hit.
Totally
You're-
firebolt. I firebolt the fucker.
Yeah.
Oh. 15. Okay, I think that hits a raven. I'm gonna have to
I
look
would
up a
think so.
raven now.
I wasn't anticipating you shooting the bastard.
I have 1 to 4 hit points, I think, normal monster.
Yeah, but what's its AC?
Oh, you hit. Yeah. Okay, let me get a dice.
It's not 15, let's put it that.
Okay, I got a D4. Oh, I can just do it over here, can't I?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you can roll and us not see.
I don't care. There you go. It's got it. Your firebolt strikes it, and it's pretty singed, but it claws at you panickedly. And I will say, oh fuck, you've got sniper, haven't you?
Uh-huh. It ain't getting away.
So it's going to dash away. I don't know if that will be far enough.
We'll
Okay.
say we'll say it is
50 feet. 500. Yeah, you think you could probably hit it, but this would definitely be a disadvantage if you want to have another pop at it.
Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't care. I can just keep casting him.
No, I don't care either.
Unless I use magic missile.
Does it extend the range of magic missile as well?
Yeah. Well, no. Magic missile can't hit within its range. Can't miss, I mean.
Yeah,
So
but what's the range of magic missile?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Probably not 240.
Yeah, it's like 180 feet away from you now. It's
take that.
Yep. So, how much damage does it take? Is it exploding raven damage, or is it? Oh, just another one. Oh, you see, just in the distance, a little black singed bird fall from the sky.
I'm gonna kind of look back like, do you know something we don't?
I don't know. Didn't we agree that we thought the ravens might be spies?
I suppose it's a possibility.
So if they are, then we might as well just
kill them as we see them.
Well, yeah.
Just creepy.
Okay.
No, do you have a thing for ravens? Should I leave the ravens alone?
No, I was just curious as to what you were doing. That's all.
Well, it didn't show up on the gallows until after Chad had already seen his image. So if you take that as some sort of omen, right? This is just Strahd fucking with us. So let's just shoot down his messengers. I mean, he has an infinite number of them, but so do we have an infinite number of firebolts. So.
You make good points, sir.
I think it's up to us to take a stand at some point. Maybe this is... No, I'm just saying that we either can be passive and just let it play out, right? Or we can start to take a stand when it comes to things like this.
As long as what I see doesn't come to pass, that's fine.
I wouldn't put too much credence in what you saw. Like,
I'm assuming this is happening while you're all still walking.
We're just
So as you get a little bit deeper into a woods, the path becomes a little bit less well traveled, and you see like the woods aren't closing in.
A wagon trail.
Yeah, it's not a dirt packed road anymore. There's definitely been wagons. You can see the ruts. This is definitely not the normal path that people are taking. Do you want to take a survival check, Ed?
Sure can. Sorry, my wife texted me at the exact moment you told me to do that.
Right. Yep. So you manage to guide the party onwards. You don't really lose any of your pace, so you make
got
it.
A talent. He's got a talent that does that. One of his abilities.
I do.
It means we get to ignore difficult terrain when we're traveling.
Difficult terrain. I don't know if it works for you.
I know the party does. I don't know what terrain did you take as your
forest?
Yeah, so I think if you read it, it says the party traveling with a ranger ignores difficult terrain.
Yeah, I'm pulling that open now. I can never figure out how to get that to post in the chat.
You might have
There's
to.
a little chat window right next to it,
I think you have.
but
Do
that's
you
all
not?
the.
Do you not have to open it first? So click on the actual ability till it opens, and then click the chat window.
So
Click on
all I
the red header, so that it.
Yeah, I don't think it populates on that one.
Oh, so
Yeah,
maybe he doesn't have them filled out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
you mean one he doesn't have them filled out. Oh, that's
Natural
weird. Yeah, so
Explorer.
I went through.
So yeah, it's Natural Explorer is what you're looking at.
Yeah.
that's what
You're
I got.
particularly familiar with one of your natural. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
It is your group. Look at that.
I may or may not have played a ranger in the past.
That thing is Ed has two.
Not in 5e. This is new for me.
Yeah.
All right, so that's useful.
So as the road is gradually disappears and is replaced by a twisted, muddy path through the trees, deep ruts in the earth are evident in the comings and goings of wagons. The canopy of mist and branches suddenly gives way to black clouds boiling far above. There's a clearing here next to a river that widens to form a small lake several 100 feet across. 5 colourful rain tents, each tent 10 feet in diameter, are pitched outside a ring of 4 barrel-top wagons. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake, its staggering form lit from within. Near the tent, 8 unbridled horses drink from a river. The mournful strains of anecdotal. Sorry. All of this is garbage. I'm not going to read that. So what I'm going to do
I'm not gonna read that.
is it's just me being confused now because you're back on module, so I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm only good when I get to make it up as I go along.
We threw him completely off.
Welcome to the Gypsy Camp. The sign drops from the sky. Welcome to Gypsy Camp. The other thing too that's important about Natural Explorer is that the second one, right, where your group can't become lost except by magical means.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
So,
cool.
so you see the scene in front of you, which should be black, and you can't see anything if I'm correct, if it's set up properly.
Art
Yeah.
corrects it.
All right. So as you come down the road, you are greeted by. I need to change this because I thought you'd get here later. So if I do
Hey, it means we're doing well. We never get ahead of the pace with Chris, like ever.
daylight, yeah, done.
Oh.
2 for 2 today. We went to the Friary and we showed
So
up.
I'm gonna put you on the map, but don't feel like that's where you are. I just want to make sure that vision's working properly.
Yeah, I can see and not see.
I don't see shit.
The shadow
No, I've not put you on yet.
is working.
Hey.
So you should be able to see everything, but isn't blocked by like line of sight and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. So as you are, it's a slight decline as you get towards it down this little like worn wagon
We're
trail.
coming from the bottom, right?
Yeah. You're coming from a direction of where you are. You're not 10 feet away from the first caravan, if that makes sense. I didn't want to dump you in. Yeah. Well, you see what is quite evidently a Vistani campsite.
Is everyone staring at us and pointing weapons at us?
No one's acknowledged you at all.
Slowly continue to stroll.
This is like a Star Trek episode. There's like 14 clones.
Yeah. It made me sad that I put all of that effort into trying to find different villages when you went into the church service. And then I come to this one, it's just all the same person.
That's right.
So, definitely aren't called Vistani bandits. Don't worry about that image. It's fine. In fact, if you buy the Curse of Strahd revamped, it probably will be entirely different to the descriptions you get in this book, because all of the negative stereotypes for Vistani people have been taken out.
Wait, they're re-releasing the module? Seriously?
In October.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it is a confusing mess.
But
The way
I
the
don't know that
modules
any of
work.
it's actually fixed, to be honest. I'm going to have to buy it anyway.
They did. They said that they like connected it to get like they've restructured the module.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well,
it is a confused mess. Like to run it as a game master, it's just stuff all over the place, right? You like looking for something, you can't find it, and then 2 weeks later, when your players are somewhere totally unrelated, you see a note at the bottom that refers to something that you were looking for 2 weeks before.
okay. So the 8 draft horse. Can you see the horses?
No.
Oh dear. Roll a perception check.
Okay.
Woo!
Well, they're supposed to be down by the river, right?
In a van down by the river.
Well, no, you did. Your description did say they were like 4 horses drinking untethered from the lake or from the river.
There you go. Look, you can see them now.
Holy jeez, those things are.
Ooh.
All the same horse.
Well, those are giant-sized horses too. Those are horses the size of ogres.
Apparently,
Clydesdales.
I didn't make this map. I scale stuff better. This is what happens when you go on module. Remember, Chris does stuff why you get a good fun experience. Wizards of the Coast ruin everything.
Yeah.
So
They look like
they're
they're
all
large-sized
drinking at the river.
The
There's-
gypsies or the horses?
The horses. There's a mix of male and female Vistani. About 12 of them. Yeah, look at that. They are correct. Standing around a fire, drinking some wine. Some of them seem to be more or less sober.
I need someone more democratic, more. What's the word I'm looking for? Couth than me to pose as our introductions here. Otherwise, I might ruin things.
You need a face, man.
Yes, and I am not him.
Ed would walk up and be like, "What up, my N words?" And it's like, "No, don't do that."
What up, my gypsies?
It might be a good idea for Haldor to go do it, or is it Haldor? What's your
Elza.
Helzar?
Alzar.
Yeah, you've kind of met these people before.
All right, I'll walk up and say hello there to them.
Oh, they a couple of them turn and hello. Oh no, what? Hello. Thanks, Alan.
So, you guys been here at camp for long?
It looks around. Me? No, not so much. Some yes, some no. Come. He waves you all forwards, offers you a bottle that he's holding.
I shall take a sip and motion for the rest of the party to come on over.
We are just sharing some stories. Are you having any good times? You want to sit with us and join in our tales?
I like stories.
Sure, why not? We can stick around for a little bit.
Yeah.
This will give us a chance to eat some lunch.
Yeah. Oh, you picked up your jerky, Sean? That was all ready? So you have that as well? I think I forgot to tell you.
How much do I have?
It was like 3 portions of jerky.
I think
60,
the
60 rounds.
recording's not working.
Pardon?
I think the recording's not working.
What makes you say that?
The error beside.
Oh, it always says that. I don't know why. I
Okay.
can't fix it.
I think
Alright.
it's because the error is for the video side for whatever reason, or like a streaming error.
Hmm.
I clicked back over to Discord for a second, and my
Yeah.
mouse was like right over it, and I'm like, "Oh, is that good?"
No, it's fine. So,
Alright.
they all look expectantly at the newcomers. Who's going to tell them a story?
I'll tell them about on our journey here. We passed by some gallows just to the southeast, and saw some disturbing images down there. Ask if they've
Oh.
seen anything like that recently.
No, the evil eye, it does not fall upon us.
Ask Arena if she knows any of them.
Oh yeah, Irina should be here as well.
Yeah.
Oh, giant-sized Irina.
Giant-sized.
She does not. Isn't familiar with any of them.
Because we were told to seek them out.
Has any of them?
What was that guy's name? Steven or?
Yeah, but we were supposed to seek them out for
Stanimir?
a cure for Chad's disease that he got over.
No, but we were told to go see them by that other Vistani dude, right?
You would remember that you spoke to Stanimir.
That's a guy. Stanimir. He's the one who told us that that this is where their encampment was.
Correct.
Yep. So if you mentioned Stanimir,
we relate
Yeah.
to them. Like we were having a conversation with Stanimir in Barovia in the village, and he said that we might find you encamped at the edge of the lake.
Oh, Stanimir, yes, him and his family left. They journeyed on. Oh, he shouts over to somebody else. Stanimir, he left 2 days ago. No, was it 2 days? Yesterday. No, you just missed him.
Because they were headed back this way, right? That was what he told us.
Yeah, they were going here to pay his respects to Madame Eva, and then he was going to move on. He didn't say where because he wasn't 100% sure himself. Oh, as you don't have any great tales, so gather round and I'll tell you the tale of the mighty wizard who came not but a year ago.
Ooh.
You all gather around the campfire and listen to his story.
Gather around the campfire. Our song.
Oh, a mighty wizard. He came to this land, as I say, but a year ago. I remember it like it was yesterday. He stood exactly where you stand now. A charismatic man he was. He thought he could rally the people of Barovia against the devil. He stirred them with thoughts of revolt and bore them to a castle en masse. Then, that night, the vampire appeared. The wizard peasant army fled in terror. The few stood their ground and were never seen again. Oh, the wizard and the vampire, they cast their spells at each other. The battle flew over the courtyards of Ravenloft to the overlook and then the falls. I saw it with my own eyes, I did. Thunder shook the very mountainside. Great rocks tumbled down upon the wizard, and yet by his magic he survived. Lightning from the heavens struck him, and he struck the ground again and again. But when the devil's strad fell upon him, Not even a wizard's magic could save him. I saw him thrown 1,000 feet to his death. We climbed down and we were going to search his body to see if he was alive, I suppose. And it looked like the river had spirited him away.
Did this wizard have a name?
Well, I didn't speak to him myself.
I mean, such a legendary wizard.
Ah, not
In
as
the end, his
legendary as the
name
Lord Strahd.
in the end, his name was
Yeah. Wilhelm Scream.
That's right.
Did he take the counsel of Bad Amoeba?
Hey, most of you outsiders take her counsel.
Well, no, I just wondered if he met with her. Perhaps she would recall him.
Not while I was in the encampment that year. Yeah. Oh, assuming. So, do you want to put yourself where you are, everybody?
Well, so I'm
up
going to
by the
go
campfire.
and get some water from the river and then come back and I guess make some coffee or something
Okay.
at the fire.
Yeah, so if everyone's in the position that they are, I would like Halzar, Adara, and Theseus to make perception checks. So Theseus notices somebody watching him out of this tent over here.
Just kind of wave at her. And
Just in the doorway. Then she moves back deeper into a tent. Once she's seen that you've seen her watching you, she moves back into a tent.
I'll ask one of the Vistani sitting close to me who she is.
Oh, that tent is currently occupied by Anastasia.
She seems to have an interest in us. Probably all of you do, but she seems to be going out of her way to have an interest.
Oh, you appear to be interesting people.
Can we speak with her?
You can speak. She can listen.
Go on and have a chat there, Sean. I think
Yep.
we'll.
I'm gonna get up and go to her tent door and kind of knock on the flap, I guess.
Knock on
The flap's open.
Just kind of poke my head in and say, "Hello, Anastasia. My name is Theseus."
Oh, the tent appears to be empty.
Dun, dun, dun.
She backdoored it. Well, then I will go sit back down because I'm not going to chase her around.
Okay.
I'm just going to sit and listen to their conversation if they're having anything.
Yeah, there's a few different groups all conversing themselves. No one really has a tale to match it, so they'll look expectantly at you folks to see if anyone can one up that story.
Like we're entertaining. We're the evening's entertainment.
Yeah.
So can I gather just like what they're doing here? Like, is this like they're just gathering?
Take an insight check.
Sure. Oh,
looks like we're just telling stories around a campfire.
Okay,
What?
sounds good to me.
What? Yeah.
Get all these dice rolls out of the way now,
Instead of when you're shooting arrows.
right? I guess I'm gonna kind of wander around the camp a little. Like I've kind of I want to see what kind of stories I can pick up when what I can hear. I'm just kind of get an idea of So I get that it's a gathering of people with some caravans, but I'm not really sure what they're doing. So I'm just kind of
Do
wander around.
you recall? I'm relatively certain that Stanimir said this. I could be wrong if I am. I don't know. But it's when Stanimir described the place, it was like they meet here to socialize and catch up as family groups. But have
We're
you?
probably
Do you want to ask any of them, or do you want to look around more? I don't know.
I was just trying to ascertain what was really going on, kind of thing. But I guess you are right. He did say that. So it's kind of it's like a family barbecue that we just kind of threw our football through. We're just roaming through.
Yeah,
Hey
but
guys.
they've been here for a while though, right?
So there's empty spots. It looks like as as you're walking around, Ed, it looks like there were there's been a caravan back here. You can see recent wheels here. There's
Mhm.
space where there's one here. It looks like they come and go. It's not a. You get a feeling that if you came here, there would probably be somebody here, but it's not like a fixed settlement.
Gotcha.
Trying to think, I can't think of the name now. The Game of Thrones, the Dothraki city. It's
Mhm.
not like that, wherein it's always populated. Like the structures are always there, but the tribes just come through and leave and stuff.
Why am I drawing a blank in the city
What?
name? I get
Dothrak.
Yeah, something like that.
there it is.
It's that kind of thing where the different families as they come through will stop here and pay their respects, catch up with people they've not seen, introduce new family members, arrange marriages and meet new people, just
I hope that
reaffirm family bonds and
no
stuff.
steel, no steel in Vostath Rock.
I mean, there is stealing in Vostok.
You're just not allowed to
You
bear it.
just
Yeah.
end up leaving wearing a golden crown.
Greatest scene ever.
Yeah.
Should we maybe look and see if that Madame Eva's around and see if we have any questions for her?
One of the Vastani will point to the larger tent that you saw to the right and say, that there is Madame Eva's tent.
Oh. Back in this general direction, back this way. There we go. Do you want to go and make sure you're at least 100% cured and not having some lingering?
He's 100% cured.
He sounded reasonably cured.
Haven't felt bitey.
We have a better cure than they did.
I haven't felt bitey.
Just say I can go over to ask her about what I'd witnessed over at toward the gallows.
That might not be a bad idea.
So,
I'll go with you. I want to hear a story.
So as you guys are approaching, you get to about here, and then in the doorway, you see. Da-da,
Ooh.
Yeah.
and she is stood in the doorway and gestures to you all.
Might be time
Bring.
to edit the captions.
Yeah, I just noticed that, but it's fine.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't read any of that and just say that she looks old. She an old
Yeah.
lady.
She looked about Ed's age.
See, this is what I mean. Module's terrible.
Whoa. Whoa. And
He's 6 months younger than I am. Don't let him mess with you.
Right, but I don't look my age. You look a little beyond your age.
I don't know how else to put that. I have 4 kids. You have 1.
Yeah. You've always
Okay.
looked like you're older than what you are.
So I think we're just waiting for Sean
I
to
mean,
get
we had
back.
somebody convinced that 18 you had a 12-year-old.
This is true.
Okay, so I'm gonna straight up say now that I was back and forth whether I was going to do a physical tarot reading for you all, or whether we were going to use Roll20. I'm going to try it using Roll20. If it doesn't work, I'll have the cards ready as a backup. But
Ooh.
the plan is to try and do it on the stream, so it's on the recording. But we'll see.
Nice.
I've never done it live, so we don't know. Oh yeah, we're just waiting for Sean to get back, I think. So, as you're walking around the camp,
So,
Ed,
yeah.
you notice that these tents up here seem to be unoccupied. There is a Vistani lady in this tent. This tent is empty. Some people in these wagons. This wagon's empty. As you're walking around the back of this tent here, do you want to make a perception check?
Sure can.
All seems to
Damn.
be like pegged down pretty tightly. Looks in good repair. Relatively solid.
Continuing around the camp kind of thing.
Yeah.
I want to get a feel for what's all here.
Yeah. You don't notice anything. There's no like tracks leading away from it. Nothing like that. Don't know if Sean mentioned Anastasia to you guys in character or not, but you don't.
I did not. I did
Yeah.
not.
I don't think he did.
He did not.
Okay.
All right, I guess I'm gonna go back to this really
Yeah.
old lady.
So as she gestures to you to bring you into her tent, the
Oh, I see cards.
the flames in there cast a reddish glow over the interior, revealing a low table covered in a black velvet cloth. It glints in the light. It seems to be a flash from a crystal ball on the table as she goes and punches beside it, peers into its depths. Ah, at last you have arrived. She. Sorry, Jules. Taking Poppy. An old lady cackle, which I can't quite imitate, bursts from her mad lips.
You really want me to comment on that, Ed?
No, please don't.
Okay, so there you go. You are faced with Madame Eva.
What is it that you do here?
Oh, I give advice to those seeking it.
Well, I could definitely use some. We seem to be trapped here. So any advice on survival would be really useful.
I can tell you how others have survived here.
It seems like accepting my fate is the only way that people survive here.
The chosen ones can obviously release the land, but those who aren't chosen tend to have unfortunate endings.
And how would one know if they were chosen?
Oh, if you need to ask, you obviously haven't been chosen.
She makes good points.
I'm gonna tell her about the encounter we had where I got bit, and I was told that I was healed, but I wanted to make sure with her, see if she can tell me if I am or not for sure.
She hobbles around the table, puts her hands on your head, and it's like a surprisingly strong grip. She like
For an old
twists your
lady.
head to her side and peers at the bite marks, and there's like pushes you away. Oh, surprised you haven't already settled down and started a farm or something, young Hauser.
Mm.
We acquired a home.
Yeah, that's the first step.
I'd still like to think that there's a way out of this place.
Ah,
K-Bob Dylan.
There must be some more sort of way out of here.
yeah. Well,
Right, good one.
anyone else got any smart ideas?
Are the cards that she's showing, like that you have on the screen, are those like in front of us right now?
No,
Or they're
that's
just
just those are there to show me where to put the cards.
gotcha.
I literally am spawning the deck right now.
Hoo-hoo.
As I said, I haven't done this live before, so let's see how it works.
It'll be fun.
So,
I think I'd still like to get some advice no matter what.
yeah. Well, she looks across at you all, and then her eyes land on Arena, and oh, you're the cursed soul.
Ho ho
Well,
ho.
let's shuffle these. So, remove the thoughts all we want. Yeah, this one. So I'm going to shuffle the high deck. Don't know if you guys can see any of this.
All I
see
see
two
are
cards
cards.
off to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I see.
Or you can go back and watch the tapes. So this should show you them. So I've never
I
been able to do.
see high deck and low deck or
Yeah.
common deck.
I don't
Where it
see any
says-
of that.
You gotta put your mouse over it.
You might have to change the scale.
Oh, I see what
Yeah.
you're saying. I wasn't hovering over anything. I was just like looking.
It does give us the option to draw from either deck, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying, right? It does give us the option.
I think, can I
Don't-
just pull one?
don't
Yeah, I
touch
can.
that.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, I know what I'm doing. I was trying to get to deal it automatically, but I was just being silly. So she pulls the first card. And it is the thief.
Yeah, I told you. All along the Watchtower.
I know.
And the Joker.
So as
Approaching.
she looks at you, Hauser, and says, the thief. This card tells you of some knowledge of ancient will that would better help you understand the challenges ahead of you. But most thieves hang, don't they, Hauser?
Ooh.
Yeah, I had that premonition earlier today. I'll explain to her what I saw down at the gallows and be like, I seen that and it vanished and it was rather creepy.
Oh. I wasn't calling you a thief, obviously. I would never.
So is this a group card pull or is this individual? Just out of
This is
curiosity.
for all of you.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, she is doing a reading for the fates of the people in front of her. The enchanter. I like to think that if I'd have actually rigged all of this, I would have been better prepared. So you know that all of this is happening live.
As he's looking it up.
I was back and forth of it. If I'd have used,
call me Tim. Did you hear what I said, Ed?
I did. That's why I was chuckling.
I think there's a description of the Joker cards in the back of the module.
No, not in the middle, where I'm currently having to look. So this card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. I'm so bad at this.
Certainly
I
not
see the enchanter. I see a kneeling woman, a rose of great beauty plucked too soon. The master of a marsh knows of whom I speak.
Interesting.
While he's doing. Oh, never mind.
This card is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight.
A sun sword wielded by Thundar.
I see a room full of bottles. It's a tomb of a guild member. Okay.
I might have to ask about the thief again. I didn't have my notes up in time.
Yeah.
Oh, these fuckers.
This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in your battle against darkness. Raven.
And somebody shot one down.
I think you can take these to not be literal.
No, it was that specific Raven, Greg. You've already killed your ally.
I know.
Raven, swordsman.
Exactly. The 2 hit point damage I did to it was an ancient silver dragon disguised as a raven.
Just you. It was 1 day away from XPing up to level 20.
You're supposed to shoot in the air.
Find the leader of the feathered ones who live among the vines. Though old, he has one more fight left in him. And then finally, this card is your enemy, a creature of darkness whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him.
Not liking the gallows in the background of that picture.
I know, right?
Well, he is the hangman, right?
I see a figure on a dark balcony looking down upon this tortured land as a smile twists across his face.
We all know who that is.
Mm-hmm. He's on the front of the module.
Yeah. Can we go back to the thief so I can get my notes correct?
Yeah. So she said that that card related to a this card tells of history, knowledge of the ancient evil, and it will help you better to understand your enemy. And she looked at the thief in the room, self-identified,
Mm-hmm.
and told you that all thieves normally hang.
Okay, so I didn't miss anything. That was just that. Okay. So all thieves normally hang. The master of the marsh knows of whom I speak. Some woman. A room full of bottles and a tomb of a guild member. And the feathered one who lives among the vines is old but has one more fight left in him. And then of course, Strahd. Did I miss anything?
I don't know.
Anybody? I wasn't asking the DM, I was asking the rest of my party.
It sounds about right.
Oh,
Well, all thieves normally hang. I think that gives us an idea of someplace we should go. What do you think, Chad? You want to go hang out there for a minute?
Right there, buddy.
so as she starts slowly picking up the cards and putting them back into her decks. Yeah, okay. Just making sure I've tied that up. She looks at you all and says, "Well, it seems that your fates aren't wholly written. You have free will, don't you?"
We appear to.
That is the hope.
It's a question many ask and many struggle with. Whilst I read the strands of fate, know that many chose their own. Some of them perished, others went on to lead as close to happy lives as you can in this place.
Is there any chance to defeat Strahd?
You say the name.
I don't fear him. I knew Strahd when he was mortal.
You were a little kid, about that big.
Well, he is to be feared. He has great strength, and there's a darkness upon him that pollutes the land. But there is always hope.
Well, I'll take that hope.
So say we all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
So, Chad, out of character, the only thing that I know about this module is that this card reading is important, but it's completely random.
I would imagine. Yeah.
It's not random.
And-
It's a card reading you were fated to get.
Okay, well, all right. I suppose that is accurate.
Like, it's impossible for you to have had any other card reading than the one you got.
How far away was that fork in the road? Like, how long of a travel was that? Because I have a feeling we're going to be heading back that direction.
Well, that seemed like a
It's
pretty big
been
clue,
like
though.
probably like maybe an hour and a half back down the road. No, it wasn't that far. I mean, with your ranger friend helping you, the roughness of the path wasn't really that bad.
As
Time of
much
day?
as I really don't want to go. Go ahead, Ed.
I said, what time of day is it?
So you're still in the tent.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
Thank her for. Oh, I feel like we should pay her. I always seem to get up and not pay people for services.
You're not used to that though either.
This is true. I will drop a Strahd buck on her.
She'll thank you for coming to see her, and thank you for a little bit of
I only have 3 gold
entertainment.
total. I thought she was complaining about the tip. I was like, I'd love to tip her more. I don't have any money. We haven't sold anything.
Entertainment.
Any?
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure we were entertaining.
Well, I suppose if seeing as you don't have any more questions, you'd best be about your business.
I do have one final question. Has
Okay.
anyone ever left here
That's
in
your
your time?
question.
That
I'll
was not
answer you.
Vistani.
That's not Vistani. Thank you.
With that qualifier, she will. She will give you a solemn nod. It has come to pass before, and it will happen again.
That instills confidence, at least.
Are we playing Battlestar Galactica? Or
But
are we playing?
I didn't start it.
So say we all. We will search for Earth. I've seen it. All Battlestar commanders know the location of Earth. Sorry. Now we got me on a.
Huh?
Now, which one of us is a Cylon? That's the real question.
Half orc. So, anything else?
Mm,
Well, I have some
none I can
questions
think of off
for
the top of my head.
like.
Oh, there we
the-
go.
Well, I'm just saying that the party doesn't necessarily have to like. It's more sagely advice than.
Yeah. So if you want to
Right.
hang back as everyone else leaves,
Sure.
do I need to go into a private channel or?
No. I'm just going to ask her about the presence of spellcasters and like people of my profession within the realm, and if she's aware of any place that I might be able to like come across spells or incantations.
Okay, so she will give me a second. I can just do this. Is there anything particular you're looking to learn, my Adara?
Well, I mean, as you are probably well aware, as you know who we are, my disposition is towards research. So
Yeah.
pretty much anything that I can acquire to inscribe, I would be interested in acquiring. Right? I mean, the nature of a wizard is such that we never know when a particular incantation may become useful. That's why I'm just asking if she has any knowledge of people who potentially I could contact too.
I'm just checking some stuff for you. Do you have a preference of teacher?
No.
Yeah, she asks you for your spell book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I pull out. Yeah, I open my backpack and pull out my big tome and.
So she'll open it to one of the blank pages and she will reach into her robes and pull out a quill and reach under a table and there's a pot of ink and she'll start making notes in your spell book.
Okay.
And I just have to find one of these
Eggs,
spells that you can
half a
actually
gallon
cast.
milk, a cup of butter.
What?
Dozen
Yeah,
eggs, half
give
a
me a
gallon of milk, tub of
second.
butter.
The interface for Roll20 is terrible. So as she's making notes, she looks to you and she says that there are many magic users in the realm. Most have knowledge you would find useful. Not all will be as willing to share. I just need your I can just look at your character sheet. I don't know why I'm asking you. You can't stop me.
You can't stop me.
So what spells do you already have so I don't give you the same thing twice?
You should give him Smite Vampire. Very
Well,
helpful.
I mean, obviously, I'm assuming she realizes what my specialization is.
Yeah.
If she doesn't, by looking at my spell book, she should be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't really need abjuration spells.
I'm surprised you handed it over to
Yeah.
She just gives you create food and water, walks away.
Oh, I'd be fine with that. That would be awesome. I also can't cast it yet because create food and water is like third level.
Which
So
is insane.
You said you don't want abjuration. Is that right?
No, because I can learn those on my own.
Right. Yeah, okay.
Right. Yeah,
I'll change my mind then. Okay. So there we go. That's one. That'll do. Sorry. Did that work?
Hmm.
Have you got it popped out, Greg?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you
Close it?
unpop out your? Yeah.
Because you can't edit it when it's popped out, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't edit it when it was popped out.
Weird. Okay. Sorry.
Just don't let the wizard cast lightning on a swamp.
but
Or give him
no one
fire
to go back.
spells. Yeah.
Or lightning stuff.
I'm not getting the fire spell, I'll just tell you that.
Oh, there you go. It's in there now. You have an extra spell. Okay. She hands it back to you.
Me and Ed adventured with a wizard who is quite the pyromaniac.
Like fire.
As you yeah, so she hands it back, closed. So if you can root through now in front of her to see what she wrote in there, but or you can just trust her and get up to leave or whatever.
No, I'll
Have a great summer. Madam here.
Yeah, dear Adara, have a great slumber. Don't change.
Yeah. So she added see invisible or invisibility
Yes.
to your
Yes.
spell list.
Ooh.
And as you're leaving, she says, and while some may be even more willing to share, care should be taken with when choosing your allies. Not
And
not everything is as it seems.
right. Oh no, I thank her.
Okay, so you guys were wanting to head back down. So
Well, I wanted to get an
I'm
idea.
assuming that Adara would have popped her head out to say this will just take a minute, because that would have taken like half an hour or whatever to jot that spell into spell properly, kind of thing.
Well, that's why I'm saying it all depends on the time of day. Like, I don't know if Chad wants to
Yeah.
go and hang out at the old gallows at 2:00 in the morning.
It's it would be like 3:00 in the afternoon now.
I'm not really fond of the term hang out at the gallows.
Okay, so it was about
Can-
5 miles away. So that's like maybe 30 minutes back down there. Let me double check that I'm not just lying to you.
It's definitely a swingers club, Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
5 miles is
it's not
you
even
can do it under 2 hours.
like even at a walk, a slow walk, you're gonna be there in an hour, kind of thing. Right.
So if we go down, we'll check this place out. I say we come back up and see if it's cool to camp out with them for the night, because it might be later in the evening by the time we get back.
I would agree with that.
Probably a good idea.
Okay.
Let's travel south.
Dun,
So
dun, 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 dun.
you head back towards the gallows.
Yay. Hey man, how's it hanging?
This is what I wanted. Okay. So you approach and you see the same thing. As in an empty gallows. You see
I prefer the
sign-
empty image over the meat image.
an old
Yeah,
an,
not hanging from them image.
an old wooden gallows creaks in the chill wind that blows down from the high ground to the west. A frayed length of rope dances from its beam. A well-worn road splits here as a signpost that says that Barovia is to your left, Ravenloft and Vakili is to your right, and Sars Pool is back where you came. The northwestern fork slants down. Across from the gallows, a low wall, crumbling in places, partially encloses a small plot of graves shrouded in fog.
Shall we
We need to
around?
examine those. Yeah, let's examine those gallows a little bit closer.
I
Okay.
will just
Like, are
say
we
that I'm not sticking my neck out for anything.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to have to improv all of this because you got the card reading on the fly. So obviously I don't have anything prepped.
Ooh.
There you go. So you should all be on an empty map at the moment. You all have vision. I can't remember if this has light or not by default.
I'm
still
still at the camp.
Yep,
All right,
same
okay,
here.
yeah, cool. That's my bad.
Yay.
Yes.
Do I have? So daylight mode turned on, so you should all be able to see the map. It should just be an empty grey square. This is my fallback map.
Works for me.
We're missing someone.
Yeah, I'll add her in a moment. Right, awesome drawing skills.
Is there an S?
Okay.
Okay, I got it.
Then you have basically the crossroads run like that, effectively, and then the change color, you moron.
Mm-hmm.
And then I need that. Change color again. This one. There we go. And then there's a little graveyard over here.
That is some fine art skills right there, Chris.
All to scale, all done, perfect. Wind your necks in.
Of course.
Okay. So explore away. Tell me what you want to do.
Well, I think.
Should we start with the gallows since it's the closest?
Yeah, I would agree. All thieves normally hang. Let's go and start an investigation here. Maybe there's something interesting.
I'm going to keep an eye out for anything.
Please do. So
investigation rolls.
Okay,
so investigation is exactly my highest forte. Someone who's a little bit more intelligent than I am might be better at that, but I'd be willing to assist.
Do one roll with advantage, someone.
You get a +0 on it, so.
Here, I'll roll it. Someone can give me advantage on it.
Sure. 21. So you find as you're looking around that there's actually a mechanism to a gallows over here. And it opens the trapdoor here.
There's nobody currently on the gallows, correct?
No, empty rope.
Is it like old and like in disrepair?
Yeah, my drawing makes it look a lot more sturdy than it would be.
Can I carefully but slowly and see what happens?
Yep, the trapdoor will drop. As you're pulling the handle, you get that slight sense of resistance, and then as you pass it, it just drops the trapdoor. It seems like it was a pretty simple mechanism, just a bolt holding the floor up on its hinges.
Can we see under the gallows at all, or do we have to get to the top to see under the gallows?
It's enclosed, so you'd have to climb up and look down.
Oh boy, who wants to go down the scary hole?
You're gonna make
Can
me
my
do this,
elven
aren't you?
eyes
roll a D100. Nice, but no. You see that it is a dark, dank, like underneath your deck.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Theseus, could you grab a rock there at your foot and do your hocus pocus on it and make it light up so I can toss it down this hole and see what's in it?
Yep, we'll do that.
Cool.
So I'll light the rock up, toss it to the ranger, and let him be.
Skitter out of the way when it hits the ground.
Yeah. As you look underneath the now illuminated hole, your dark vision suddenly lets you now have color vision inside it, like you upgraded your TV, and it still looks like underneath your deck, but now as if you had a torch. Pretty empty. There's some cobwebs.
I'm happy to go in.
I'm okay going in. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything like it wasn't a sarlacc pit that I was jumping into. Oh, look, now I'm dead.
Yeah.
All right, I'll hop down, take a look.
Yeah.
And now I'm dead.
So you're in a crawl space underneath it. You can see the bolts coming through from the attaching the hinge, and like the mechanism above your head now, where the bolt just comes across, and then just to your left, there's actually the post for the actual gallows itself goes through the ground, through the staging, and is actually sunken into the ground.
No writing underneath, no papers, nothing kind of in the debris underneath, like a little box or anything hidden under there.
No, nothing.
Well,
Well, you should go check out the graveyard then.
You're gonna help me get out of this hole first, please.
Yeah, my short arms are gonna reach in there and help you out. Yeah, totally.
I'll drop a rope for you.
Why, thank you.
It's only like 3 feet.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a longer drop than that.
No. It only takes like a 6-inch drop. It's fine.
Some people go for the dramatics.
Okay.
To hang Halzor, they can just kick the chair out from under him. It'll be fine. You don't need a trapdoor.
Okay. So, who's going checking out the graveyard?
I'll head over.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
Perception.
Okay, so on this grave here, you are a little perturbed to see the name Halzar Whitefoot.
Oh,
Well, that seems like an omen.
All right.
Perhaps we should
let's find a DeLorean and go back and fix this.
Oh, I think this is a sign, right? But why don't we excavate this grave?
Yeah, it's more like, hey, instead of you belong here, hey, you need to dig this up.
Yeah.
I believe I have a shovel in my explorer's pack or whatever.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, does anybody have a shovel?
Yeah. People who are
I have
not
a shovel.
People who aren't currently robbing a grave, make a perception check.
Well, I was currently helping rob the grave, so.
Yeah, I'm down there.
Okay, just arena then. Okay.
All right. Well, I guess I haven't physically moved my character yet, so sure.
She not just standing with us?
Yeah. So you notice that there are now caw. I'll give them nice little yellow beaks for you.
Are they ravens or are they crows?
They're ravens.
So my crow reference doesn't work.
And
Still sorted. Funny.
now there's two of them. But yeah,
It kinda
as you dig, you are who's doing the physical act of digging?
I will, since I'm small.
Yeah,
I'll help. I have a shovel also.
yeah. Make
The
an
grave does have everything
I
on it.
want so one of you make an athletics check with advantage with the other person helping.
Athletics. Where is? I
Alphabetical.
get a +0. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, so the ground's surprisingly loose here. It doesn't take you as long as you would have thought. But as you're digging down in like the hole starts off relatively wide, you get a little bit deeper. You get like 2 feet down and it's still like loose earth. So you're having to make it a little bit bigger and you're cognizant of time passing, but you're still digging down into this grave. You get to be about 5 foot down, and suddenly, as you drive the shovel into the ground, it hits something hard.
Hmm.
And well, we use gloves, obviously, and we outline it, just dig it, brush the dirt away until we can find the sort of the outline of whatever it is.
So as you're brushing it aside, you get down and there's a slight splinter in the wood of what appears to be a large rectangular wooden box.
Okay. Well, we
Large.
we excavate
Well, about 5 feet long.
Yeah.
2.5 feet wide.
We excavate around the outside of it until we get an idea of how large it actually is and how deep it actually is.
It's exactly the size of a coffin that would serve for someone a bit smaller than human size.
Okay. Has it been in the ground for a long time?
It looks that way. It looks really like worn and old and
Okay.
battered.
Well, when we get it outlined enough that we figure, I'm assuming there's rings on it or something for carrying.
It looks like they're rotted away on the sides. It looks like they were like a leather of some sort. It's as you try and grab it, it's not the sturdiest, but you can kind of manhandle it out of the grave if you like.
Yeah, then we'll just lift it out onto the surface,
Okay.
and then how does the lid appear to be secured just with nails?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then got a pry bar. We just pry it away. Remove the nails.
Yeah.
Careful
This
not
is
to
gonna be fun.
to splinter it.
If
Okay.
you're really into it, I'd be like,
Oh,
Then once we get them removed, we'll lift the lid off.
yeah. You open.
I like how nonchalantly Greg's going through this. Yeah, no, we're just digging up a body that's got your name on it. No big deal.
Yeah,
What's the problem?
coffin my size,
It's not my
Technically, it's not grave robbing if I'm the one doing it.
It's not my body, so what do I care, right? I'm actually seem to be quite into this.
I time
You're like,
travel
ooh,
somehow.
I can't wait to see what's in there.
Okay. So as you are prying it open, there is a stench of freshly moved earth that kind of is wafted away by a slight undertone of decay now. And you open it up as the lid creaks slightly. You see the. Do I remember this cemetery? You know that there is, in fact, a graveyard here. The gallows isn't there anymore. but colloquially, this crossroads is called Hangman's Crossing. Where you're from, Sean?
Or more correctly, when you're from.
Yeah.
The
So
graveyard predates the gallows.
yeah,
Okay. Because I would just assume that the people that have been executed on the gallows are buried in the graveyard.
and you
That's what I was going with.
yeah. So as you lift the lid on the box, there is a husked corpse of looks to be either a large child or a halfling-sized person in there, and it's clutching to its chest a book.
Well, that book we remove with the mage hand. We use the mage hand to slowly, like, remove the hand from,
So you actually have to physically get the mage hand to lift one because it's kind of almost mummified.
Yeah.
On how it's kind of so it's grasping. It's not fingers aren't around it. It's kind of laid on its chest. But yeah, as it opens up, there is some creaking, and the bone gives way a little bit and kind of flops with floppy arm now. It's not really attached by any like sinew or anything anymore.
Mm.
But yeah, you mage hand the book and it floats in front of you.
Okay. We take it off and then we clean it all up and wrap it up. I mean, I'm assuming we don't see the title, so we'll have to
You see the
investigate.
crest on it, but yeah.
Yeah. So we wrap it all up, place it in a pack. I think we should rebury the body.
Before you do,
Consecrate the grave.
well, but do the features of the halfling match the halfling that's with us?
I mean, you could try and expose his skull, and it's a really old skeletal corpse. There's not really features or anything. Even though like, the clothing that's around it is just tattered and like rags at this point.
Is it a male or a female corpse?
Take a medicine check.
Okay.
Your best guess would be a male. I don't know how familiar you are with halfling anatomy, but
Is
you
it like,
guessed it was a male corpse.
but is it like of the age of our halfling or like an older, like an elder?
It looks older.
Okay.
Was there any armor or anything?
The other thing too that we look, just expecting the corpse, are there any fractures or breaks in the bones?
Nope.
Okay. I said, have you ever broken a limb? I asked Chad. Have you ever?
Oh, sorry. In that case, it depends what Chad answers.
Okay. Well, that's my point, right? So I'm like, have you ever broken, like, if you've broken a limb or something that we could match? Like, if you had a broken arm, then we could look on the arm of this corpse for the break and see whether it's healed over, right?
So, more importantly, I think would be that it doesn't appear to have a broken neck.
So it wasn't
As in
hung.
hung.
It is older. It's just odd that they would take a halfling out to this graveyard to bury it. Well, actually, you know what? This might be something that Madame Eva can enlighten us. Like, who are
Yep.
the corpses that are actually buried here? If they weren't the ones, if they predate the gallows, then who are the people that are actually buried here? Like, where did they come from?
Do I recognize any of the names on the tombstones, Chris?
Roll me a percentile dice, Sean. So D100. 100. No, you only recognize Halzar's name from the. And even then, I don't know that you knew his surname was Whitefoot.
Okay.
Okay. Just so you guys are aware, and this isn't a shock as well, it's pretty late in the evening now. That wasn't a quick process digging up
Oh, no,
the
of course
coffin.
not.
Well, we can. We'll rebury as quickly as possible. We'll consecrate the grave, bless it, and haul as quickly as we can back to the camp.
Okay. So I am going to need a moment.
Take your time.
Luckily, I had sort of stuff planned for this. Maybe. Maybe it was planned, maybe it wasn't. Who can say?
At some point in time, we're going to follow a path in the stuff that Chris does plan. This feels very familiar, Chad.
Okay. There we go. Just need to check.
Chad, we're not hearing you. We can't hear you, Chad.
Nope. No hearing.
I think so. Externally, outside of the game, I think we
Yeah.
found the only item that actually doesn't offers any bonuses.
Oh man, that's how the cards fell.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, right? I think like of all the other items that the card denotes the location, they
Oh,
all have some sort of abilities.
the sun sword was just sat there, right?
This one is just a gigantic fucking spotlight. Hey, come fuck with us.
Just so you know.
Still nothing, Chad.
Okay, so I need to move you all back down here, I assume.
So Chad jumped out and jumped back in. I don't know if it's going to mess with your video.
No, it'd be fine.
Okay.
Why isn't it? Oh, that's why, because I'm an idiot.
Better?
Yeah,
Yep.
I can hear you.
I don't know.
Just blame it on Craig.
Yeah.
So I'm just
Fuck
going to
you.
move you all back to the correct layer. So, this point, arena.
Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
Go on, no?
I got to admit, whenever you put that board up, I'm like, okay, so this is going to lead into some sort of combat. But I'm surprised it didn't actually happen.
What?
You don't speak with animals, do you?
No, I do not. That is not the direction I went.
Okay, so you.
That might potentially, when you go to learn new spells, that might be potentially a spell that might be worth your while.
Might be worth my while. I'll have
Well,
to keep
there's
that in mind.
so many just like passive, things that. I mean, we might assume that the ravens are spies, but that might, now that we've seen a portent that our ally, I believe, our adversary was the executioner, right?
Yeah.
And
The
and
ally
our
was a
ally
raven.
was the raven.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm dead.
There is a small being that is dead. You don't know that that's you.
It has my name. It's a
Okay.
halfling.
I'm not disagreeing. There's a good, there's a coincidence there. I'm not denying that.
I'm sending Marty back 5 days before he died.
So, as you follow, so you're heading back to the encampment. You said, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not railroading you into anything.
Nope.
No, you are
Good.
correct.
Good.
It's late. We're going to go see if we can camp with them. Should I try to unlock the book? Because the picture has a lock on it.
I think the wizard with the knock spell might have better luck.
The other thing that we have to be super careful of is this book new or old or decrepit.
Yeah, there is that.
Take. You held it physically, didn't you, before you wrapped it up?
Yeah, well, yeah.
So
I used a mage hand to do it, but
yeah.
and I would have like evaluated the like exposed pages
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
So it's stained with age and looks very brittle.
Yeah, that's what I kind of expected.
Yeah.
This book is extremely old, right? So
Yeah.
we need to be.
Which also means the body inside the grave is extremely old, Chad. Just throwing that
Well,
out.
no, I mean like the book.
Time travel.
The book, I believe, predates the corpse. So
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
right, so we have to be extremely careful where we choose to examine this book.
And why did I have it?
So
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk to Madame Eva and find out what the hell's going on.
Why is there a dead body that looks about my size in there? What's going on?
So we get back to the camp. What's the status of the camp?
As you're walking along the trail, it's now dark. The sun's down behind the mountains, and I need to remember that I turned daylight on. It's not day anymore. So you come down, and it's eerily quiet. The fog seems to be coming in off the river and closing in along the tree line as you're approaching, and everything seems to have like a muted tone to it. And you get to a camp, and it appears to be empty.
Is there no fire going?
It is theoretically. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it is, as you can see it.
So is the signs of their exodus recent?
So I just want to make sure what can you guys currently see?
The wagons, couple tents.
I see.
Yeah.
I moved slightly. I see the two wagons and where the fire is.
Yeah, so the wagons are all still there. So
yeah.
Can we hear snoring inside the wagons?
No, it is eerily quiet. There's even if you're talking to each other, it sounds muffled.
Oh crap! We're gonna be outside in the.
Oh, that's fine.
As you approach, you notice a familiar face watching you from this tent.
Yay!
I'm gonna head over to that tent.
Agreed.
Okay. So you are greeted by. Did I do this properly? Who can say?
You're the DM. You can say whatever you want.
So I'm just gonna make this giant, so you should be able to see that now, theoretically.
Oh yeah, we can see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're greeted
It's
by
a giant person.
a Vistani lady. Ah, you've returned, I see.
Yes, we're here to camp, and hopefully in the safety of your camp.
Oh, you're more than welcome to stay. What did Madame Even tell you?
Well, just before we move to this point, while we're walking back, I mentioned to them that we probably ought not to bring up the book.
Yeah, no, agreed. The dead body is in with a grave with everybody's name on it. Probably enough.
I'm gonna guess she knows,
for me.
but yeah.
Some disturbing stuff out there.
The lands are filled with terrors.
The night is dark and full of terror. Is that is that what you're trying to say?
Oh, it is dark, and whether it's dark or not, it's filled with terrors.
Are we able to camp in this camp area?
Yeah, make yourselves at home.
Do we have anything to worry about from the pesky fog that you guys have around here?
Oh, the mists have strange powers. I'd probably not advise entering them for too long.
So is
No.
it? Does anybody have a tent? Because I don't think I have a tent.
I might, but I don't think I'm going to be able to share it.
Yeah, but it's probably a Chad-sized tent
Well,
and not a.
Well, so there's a number of abandoned wagons on the west side of the camp.
How do you know they're
you,
a big?
you spoke with Madame Eva, yes?
We did.
Yeah.
She
No,
tell you anything of import?
No,
She
not
gave
really.
us a reading.
As usual, as is your people's way.
Racist.
The information that we were disclosed to us was ambiguous at best and open to interpretation.
Ah, well. I see you're not a believer.
No, I'm just saying it's unclear. Unless you could enlighten us somehow.
Maybe. You tell me what you were told. Maybe I can expand upon her readings. Could maybe give you a new reading.
Ooh.
So,
Huh.
what are the relevance of the reading? What is it like? It seemed she told us these things, but without context.
Oh, it's all to do with your your fates and how everything is predetermined, isn't it? Like, did she tell you anything that has come to pass?
No.
Out of character, we don't want to mention the fact that she mentioned about going to the gallows. We dug a grave up there. Someone might be able to see that we dug a grave up there.
I mean, she mentioned thieves hang, and we went down towards where the gallows were, and we found what looked like the body of a thief that you guys know really good.
Yeah.
How
Well,
familiar are you with the area?
I've spent a lifetime here. It feels like longer.
So on the way here, we passed a gallows at the river's bridge. But there
Oh,
was like a small
Hangman's Crossing.
yeah, there was a small graveyard, and one of us, I don't know, saw an image. And we were just the confusing part was it seems like the graveyard predates the gallows. We had
Oh,
assumed the people that were buried there had been executed at the gallows.
I believe the original origins of the graveyard are tied to the old friary, but it was repurposed when the lands were conquered long ago. It was a very public place to show that order was being enforced.
Rule through fear.
I'm
And
going to ask how common the name Halzor Lightfoot would be for this area.
Um, I thought Lightfoot's a popular surname amongst your kind. bows are.
True, but
Don't say
You
my
ever
name
been to
rings any bells. What was that? Sorry.
Have you ever been to the graveyard yourself?
Oh, it's on the crossroads. I passed it by.
Well, past it, yes, but have you ever gone through just to kind of see any of the names on the headstones?
I I don't have any family buried there. It's not our custom.
Oh, interesting. What is the Vistani custom for burial? Just out of curiosity, I honestly don't know.
We are more of returning our fellows to a land through cremation.
Does this Vistani have any reaction to Arena?
Take a perception check. She definitely has cast her eye upon her a couple of times, but no real malice or um oh she's definitely paid her attention. You might call it an envious look.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that's. So, is there anything that stands out about this woman?
Take another perception check. Investigation? No, perception, I think. Yeah, okay. Give me a second. I will send you this one. That's a good roll. Ignore my spelling. I can't be bothered fixing it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's kind of what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then I will let Chad continue to speak with her, and I will pull Sean aside outside the tent. I keep an eye on Arena, though.
Yeah.
I feel like we're being excluded from something, my friend.
So what were you asking there, Chad?
Just gonna be like, not mentioning the book, but kind of mentioning other things that did happen down there with her.
Yeah.
Ask her if she's ever. Go ahead.
She seems quite not shocked, but perturbed by some of your descriptions of what's happening. It's very disconcerting. But she welcomes you to find there's empty tents on the other side of camp, or you're welcome to sweep around the fire. It normally burns through the night. Take your food and drink and feel free to have your rest.
I was gonna say I'm gonna ask if Mad Namiva has also left the camp recently, or if she's still around.
I've not really seen her, to be honest.
We'll have to check her tent in the morning.
Assuming they were still here.
I mean, do you want to try and wake her up now?
No.
Do you want to cut to what you want to talk to Sean about?
I sent him a message.
Okay.
Yeah, no. We're being excluded from this one.
Well, I picked the person that I thought was most relevant to the.
I understand. I am just teasing you.
Ed, did you want to ask anything about the Raven card, like
I
the
don't want-
information we got there? Or?
So
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I can ask her maybe a little bit. Like, do you know anything about the ravens of this land? It seems that everywhere we go, ravens seem to follow.
They can be pests, can't they? You could probably
Well, not necessarily,
make a pie out of them. I don't know.
but beyond that, you don't know. They've never watched you, been everywhere you've gone.
Yeah, I'm sure it feels like that sometimes. They're just birds. Would you like some food? I have some wine if you're interested.
Oh, she said two magic words: food and wine. I think I will partake.
Okay.
I should have a little snack before I go to bed.
Yeah, there is some. It's not really extravagant, but it's a stoppered bottle of wine that she pops, and she'll pour you some tumblers, and then there's
Oh,
like some hard cheese and some. It's more like a biscuit than it is bread, but something to like eat it with.
I will thank her, and I will enjoy.
Arena, dear, would you like some? Arena will come and join you.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting she's here.
It's been very quiet.
She has very quiet.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that she doesn't really understand is going on. So
Hey, Chris, I hate to do this, but I gotta cut out here pretty quick.
yeah, that's fine. I'm just I'm waiting for you guys to get caught up, and then we can do your long rest, short rest, whatever.
Yeah,
do
sounds like a
you
good idea.
want to go in the tents here?
Yeah, I'm not confident about staying outdoors as much as that drives me nuts.
If we're gonna camp in a tent, let me just pull it up here. Aha, that's perfect. Okay. I will cast on the tent.
Okay.
Ooh, good idea.
So you guys put yourselves where you want to be. Ping me where you want Arena to go.
I'll make sure that I sleep beside Arena.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say,
So you're taking these
try to.
tents that were empty up here.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was just
Yeah.
moving. So you're going in this tent then? And then is Vesserin sharing a tent or?
Yeah, sure.
Can we all fit in one tent?
You could probably squeeze 3 into one tent. I don't know that 4 of you could sleep in there. And Arena would rather not sleep with 3 smelly gentlemen who she doesn't really know.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Guys in one, girls in the other. Boom, done.
Are you going to cast alarm on both tents?
I don't think I can probably, yeah.
I will 20-foot cube. I'm gonna say that one alarm will replace the next one.
Yeah, that's kind of what
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it needs components, so you'd
Yeah,
use the material.
and I'm casting it on the central part of our tent,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So once we get out of away
yeah,
before we camp,
yeah.
I suggest, Sean, you might want to cast Lesser Restoration on the 3 of them.
Yep.
In case they're poisoned.
Yep.
So
Oh,
so the woman you were speaking to in the other tent is undead.
how do you know that?
She wasn't breathing
How do you know that?
because I was paying attention to that. I have a sneaking suspicion, and her eye that she had on Arena, that she is one of the favorites of Strahd.
Ah, I didn't pick up on that.
I have a sneaking suspicion that there's more than one, and I mean, the reoccurring nature, like we might run into them all over. But yeah, so like Sean kind of gave it away too when, or like pointed out to me. So when we ran into her, she didn't come out of the tent during the day.
Oh, I didn't think about it. I thought. All right, so I thought.
And she disappeared just into vapor.
She just disappeared. Yeah, when we went looking for her, she just wasn't there, right?
Wasn't there. She was gone. I did not put two and two together on that.
So that's why I'm like super like. While the Vistani are, I believe they're in the working for Strahd, but they also have their own sort of thing going on, right? As well, that doesn't necessarily, So
so before we get into this, then let me double check. We have. Okay, that's fine. You do have 3 level 2 slots, so you could cast Lesser Restoration on everyone.
Yep. And then I'll do a long rest and get the slots back.
Okay. So
the other thing that I'm going to do is replace the Identify in the ring with a Protection from Evil so that I can cast it on the fly. So I'll do that before I'll use I'll use the Identify from the ring on Sean's shield.
Yeah.
And then I will replace it with Protection from Evil.
Identify is only a level 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it doesn't do anything. Oh, so it's into right. No, I understand what you're saying. To identify Sean's shield. Yeah, I get
it. You wanted me to identify it, but I could cast it as a ritual. Having Identify in the ring doesn't really help us, right?
Yeah.
Not unless we find a horde.
Yeah.
Like a treasure hoard or something.
So mark off any of the spell slots you've expanded. So 3 level 2s down for Sean. Adara, use Identify at the ring. So you've just used Knock and then whatever you're casting back into a ring.
Right. And I can get that back with the Arcane.
And Alarm.
Yeah. So I can get Alarm, Protection of Evil back like with a 30-minute rest, right?
Yeah, well, Alarm you can cast as a ritual anyway, can't you? No.
I don't think so.
I'm sure it's a ritual.
I don't think so.
You're casting the audible one, right?
Yeah. Well, the one that like pings inside my head. The only ritual that I have
one.
Yeah.
And the mental one's only going to be you who hears it. So if anything goes down, it's going to be up to you to wake the rest of us up.
It has to wake me up, though, right?
Yeah, but the other one says it makes a bell ringing sound that can be heard by others in the area.
Sure. Yeah.
So if you cast the audible one, then the rest of us will know shit's going down.
Yeah. Right. Okay, and we'll call it there.
Okay. Yay!
Woo!